Today, this video is going to be rather strange. Um, it's just going to be me sharing my thoughts on really why do we need to get married and have children. Seriously, I really want to question this practice. Why do we have to get married, and why do you have to have children? Now, for those of you who do not know, I've been alone now for what, 13 days, 14 days. And in the days I've been alone, it has been very quiet. There is no noise. I get up whenever I like, sleep when I like, which is normal. The house is in order. The only inconvenience is I have to prepare my own coffee, I have to make my own food, I have to wash the dishes, but I kind of enjoy that. I don't mind it. The only downside to this is I get less time for work. Something which I really love. I love working, so I'm not able to work as much as I want to. Before I was able to churn out videos, plus I was able to serve clients. Finding that a bit of a challenge, but eventually I know that I'll gain mastery towards that. I think the big problem is because the house is still in a mess and I'm still sorting out things in the house. Okay, so that's the only challenge that I have. But apart from that, I think overall it has been a fairly good experience. Actually, to tell you a fact, I am happy being alone. And with regards to my wife and baby, well, I do talk to my wife. It's not that I don't. I do see my baby. I kind of miss my baby because she's a sweet little thing. But here's the part that I really am thinking about. Why do people actually get married? For what? Companionship, friendship, someone is there for you, someone you love, enjoy moments. Then why do you need to get married? You can just not be married. Be together and have a good time and not be married. Then the second part comes is why do you need to have children? Like, why? Okay, you want to see your own creature that is there. Is it like having a pet dog, pet cat? It's kind of more or less like that. Like, you have a pet and you feel attached to the pet. For those of you who love pets would understand what I'm saying. It's like having a pet dog or a pet cat. For people who don't have attachment to pets, you'll never understand this. That's why some people even spend $15,000 just to get an operation for a pet, even though they're not rich. They will do literally anything. If you want to know the impact, the emotions and love that a person has for their pet, just check on YouTube. My dog last day dying or whatever, giving the euthanasia injection for the pet. You'll see people crying such painful tears where it destroys them. You literally, you will not be able to see it. You will cry when you see the person hugging the dog and they give an injection to let the dog sleep permanently because the dog has cancer or something. It's a very painful sight. So it's not that I don't love my baby, but I really ask myself why. Okay, now the attachment is there. Now I feel the sense of closeness. But then, see, just think about it. You'll be working your whole life. You'll be saving your whole life. You'll be sacrificing your whole life just to bring up this life. And then if you have one kid, it is tough. Then if you have two kids, that's even more tough. And then you'll spend more and more money on those two children. And as they grow up, you need to save for their education, save for their future, save for their college. Now, it's not just about the money. It's about the mental sacrifices, the patience, the teaching, the tolerance, the emotional sacrifices. So many times, your child will do something. You want to get angry, but you control it. A child will make a tantrum. Then When the child becomes a teenager, that's another headache. A child doesn't know the realities of life. Back answers, shouts, fights. And then when the child grows up to be an adult, maybe the child will be a total rebel. Maybe the child will be a misfit. Maybe the child will be a troublemaker. How do you control all this? And then after all that, after sacrificing and giving so very much, maybe the child will never take care of you. Maybe the child will never appreciate. Maybe the child will just abandon you. How many cases are like that? So I know many people say, okay, I'm not bringing children into this world to look after me. Fine, but when you get old, what do? You're not going to be invincible, right? I feel, I'll give you, I don't know about other people, but I'll give you my reasons to get married. The only reason I decided to be serious after many relationships and 3 marriages that ended up in a divorce, which technically is not actually love, it was all based on certain factors. But this one was purely based on a proper, well thought out reason, And many people say, yeah, you just got married to use the person, or you just are in love with yourself, or you married for convenience. Fine. I married to have a better life. I married to make my life better. I didn't marry to make my life worse. Nobody marries to have more problems. People get married to have a better life, to have an easier life. Yes, I did want to get married to someone who would help me in the house, take care of the stuff, be my companion, take care of me, whether physically, mentally, sexually, emotionally. And yes, there is the part where I also have to give. I'm not free from responsibilities. I have to provide and earn. I have to save for them. I have to sacrifice my freedom. I have to sacrifice my space. I have to be patient. I have to be tolerant. There are many things that come. It's not just the money. And for those of you who are in a relationship, would understand this, especially if you're the only person who's earning. You're the only person who's earning, and you have to take care. So before it was just one mouth to feed, one person's expense. Now it becomes 3 persons' expense. And not only for the present, but also for the future. So my main reason to get married was, one is, you realize you're not invincible. You just realize, fuck man, I'm not invincible. I need someone. So instead of having someone who can cheat you, play around with you, you search for that true partner, that person who can make your life happier or better. Yes, there are ups and downs. The second reason why I wanted to get married was just so that someone is there to take care of me, and I'm there to take care of someone. And yes, it does feel nice to be loved and cared for, and it's mutual. And the reason to have a baby was because it's simple maths. I was becoming 40 years old, and I had to do the calculation. If I'm 40, the baby will be born. When I'm 50, the baby will be 10. When I'm 60, the baby will be 20. And by the time, 60, 65 or 70, the baby is a grown adult. I didn't want to be 60 and give birth, and then I can only support the child for 10 years, or as it is, I do not know when I'll live or die. But you need at least 20 years to help the child complete education, schooling, college. So that's the reason why I decided, okay, need to have a baby at 40. And then all the other decisions, from the bariatric surgery to the health, to making all those lifestyle changes. So yeah. But one thing, if you honestly ask me, seriously, if you ask me, I would say put off marriage until you're 30 or 40. Seriously, put off marriage until that. At least 35. The reason being is, you get married before that, you're missing out on so many things in life, especially freedom. Especially freedom to travel the world, meet people, experiment, enjoy life. If you're the type who doesn't have all these goals, dreams, ambitions, fine. Because remember, as you grow older, you change. As you grow older, you change, your preferences change, your wants, desires change. The Loy Machedo that I was when I was 20 is different from Loy Machedo at 30, is different from Loy Machedo at 40. Such a massive difference. And when I look back, I'm like, what the fuck was I even thinking, you know? So, my sincere advice to you is, if you can avoid marriage, just avoid it totally. If you're looking at adopting or having a kid, only have it when you have a proper plan for saving money. Because money is the first most important thing. And if money is not there, you will be struggling, the family will be struggling, you will be in one place, child will be in one place. Just fuck up everything, man. And last but not the least, I would just say that don't be in a hurry to get married. Take your time. Seriously, take your time. And if there are any red flags or anything, just go away. So don't think marriage is what they show in Hollywood movies, or romantic, or the first love, the first kiss. That's all fucking bullshit. It's just temporary. Marriage is nothing but a responsibility, a big one, a massive sacrifice for a lifetime. That's why they say, marriage is a sentence, life sentence. For me personally, there's so much silence in the house now, which I'm so happy about. House is perfectly clean. I can keep everything proper. And I'm still cleaning, by the way. Imagine, it has been, 14, 15 days? Still cleaning. Such a bad mess. But I'll be putting some controls in place and telling the wife, ultimatum, like, you need to follow this. There's no option. Because someone has to be in charge of the house. You can't do things your own way, put the house in a mess, end up storing things for 5 years with expired food and expired tins and detergents and toothpaste and soaps and shampoos, and keeping 20, 30 towels and all stacked hidden with black fungus and dead lizards and rats and ants. And so controls will be put in place, and this time I'm going to also assist my wife. I'm also going to do housework every day. So that way everything will be in place. And not going to buy anything without first checking and be 100% sure. So that's it. Anyway, I'll share the update with you of the house, how I've removed all the doors. Everything is going to be kept open and everything has to be kept in order. But to summarize this topic, please don't get married and don't think of having children until you have enough money. You're far better being single. Trust me, a lot of benefits. Having said that, put your views and comments down below. Let me sign off. You guys take care.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying, or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.